Silence kills faster than steel. Musashi proved it 60 times and walked away from every single one. Not one scratch that mattered, not one moment where his face gave him away. 60 men stood across from him, and every single one of them read the wrong opponent. Here's the part that will wreck you. The second your face moves, you've already lost. A twitch, a raised voice, a clenched jaw. That's it. Game over. You just handed the enemy the exact button he needs to break you, and he didn't even have to touch you to win. Musashi wrote it in just a couple of words. Do not let the enemy see your spirit. Not advice, a law. Every flicker on your face is a leak in the hull, and once a man finds that crack, he won't stop until you're underwater. You already know this feeling. Someone gets under your skin, pulse spikes, words come out faster than your brain can check them, hands move before you decide to move them. That's not power, that's a puppet, and someone else is holding the strings. The scary part is, you don't even feel the strings while they're pulling. Here's what's actually happening in your skull when that happens. Adrenaline floods in, your vision tunnels, the room disappears, and all that's left is the threat in front of your face. Samurai had a word for this collapse, losing the gaze of distant mountains. You go blind to everything except the one thing trying to hurt you. In a fight, physical or otherwise, blindness gets you killed. Your hands shake, not from weakness, but because your body just rerouted blood to muscles built for swinging, not for thinking. Musashi built his entire discipline around flipping this switch. He split the eyes into two functions: sight and perception. Sight is what your eyeballs catch on the surface. Perception is what your spirit reads underneath. Weak men only have sight. They watch the fist. They watch the insult. They watch the noise. Strong men read the man behind the fist, and their pulse never moves while they do it. That difference alone is why some men get walked over their whole lives, and others never do. Picture Chris, 18, wrestling team, shoved into a locker by a senior twice his size, whole hallway watching. Old Chris swings, misses, eats a beating that follows him around for a semester. New Chris, the one who trained his stillness, just looks at the guy. No blink, no smile, no flinch. 3 seconds crawl by, and the explosion never comes. Now the senior is the one who looks unstable, laughing too loud to cover the confusion crawling across his face. Chris walks to class. Nothing happened, except everything just did. That's the entire game in one hallway. The man who reacts first loses status first. Doesn't matter if it's a locker room, a boardroom, or a parking lot at midnight, the rule doesn't change. Only the stakes do. Real history backs this harder than any quote poster ever could. Musashi fought his first duel at 13 and never lost once, across decades of combat against men who trained their whole lives for a single rematch. He didn't win with muscle. He won because his mind stayed flat while theirs spiked. Now, flip to a prison cell on Robben Island. Nelson Mandela spent 18 years locked in a space smaller than most bedrooms, guarded by men trying to break his spirit through humiliation. He never gave them the reaction they wanted, not once. 2 different centuries, 2 different battlefields, same weapon. Stillness that refuses to bend, no matter how long the pressure is applied. Musashi called this the spirit of water. Water reflects perfectly when it's calm. Drop a rock in, the reflection warps. Your mind runs the same program. Someone insults you, that's the rock. The ripple starts spreading. Let it spread, and you stop seeing reality. You start seeing your own fear thrown back at you, distorted and worse than it actually is. Kill the ripple before it spreads, and you see everything clean. Every opening, every weakness, every move your opponent hasn't made yet, but is already telegraphing without knowing it. You've felt this energy before, even without a name for it. The driver in Drive never raises his voice once through the entire film, and that silence is scarier than any scream he could throw. Giyu Tomioka in Demon Slayer moves through slaughter with a face like still water, and enemies twice his size hesitate just standing near that calm. That hesitation is the whole point. Calm isn't the absence of danger. Calm is danger with the volume ripped off. Here's the mechanism, stripped down to the wire. Humans are wired to scan faces for threat level. Scream at someone, and their brain files you as a storm that will eventually pass. Predictable, survivable, but stay dead calm while they scream. Their brain can't file you anywhere. Unknown quantities are terrifying. Nobody knows how far a silent man is willing to go, and that not knowing does more damage than a fist ever could. It's the same reason a locked door with no window is scarier than one standing wide open. Your brain fills the silence with worst-case scenarios, and it does that work for free, without you ever lifting a finger. Musashi didn't stumble into this by accident. He trained his spirit the same way he sharpened steel, decades of repetition, because he understood something most men never figure out in a lifetime. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. You don't beat the guy in front of you first. You beat the version of yourself that used to flinch. Now here's where it gets useful. Here's what you actually do with this tonight. First, the 3-second rule. Someone disrespects you, school, work, a comment section, doesn't matter where. Count to 3 in your head before you respond, not because you're scared. Because those 3 seconds are exactly how long it takes your first adrenaline spike to burn out and your real judgment to come back online. Most fights, verbal or physical, are lost in the first half second because nobody waits that long. Second, train your face like it's a weapon you're forging. Stand in a mirror, insult yourself in your head, watch your jaw. If it moves, you're not ready yet. A blank, relaxed face is worth more than any comeback line you'll ever think of. Third, stop watching the thing that scares you. Start watching the man carrying it. Musashi said it plainly. Perceive those things which cannot be seen. The fist isn't the threat. The intention behind it is. Read that instead, and you stop reacting to shadows on the wall. Fourth, practice the walk away, not from weakness, from control. The moment you can turn your back on a screaming man without your heart rate climbing, you've already won something most people never will in their entire lives. Fifth, breathe from your stomach, not your chest. One slow breath in through the nose while you count your 3 seconds does more to reset your nervous system than any amount of raw willpower ever will. Musashi wedged his sword against his own belly for a reason, keeping his center low and locked. Strength starts low and quiet, not high and loud. None of this clicks overnight. Musashi didn't call himself a master of this until he was 50, after a lifetime of duels most men wouldn't walk away from. You're not flipping a switch tomorrow morning and becoming unshakable, but every time you catch that 3-second pause, every time your face stays flat when it wants to break, you're rewiring something ancient in yourself. Something that used to belong to warriors and barely survives in anyone now. A dog barks because that's all it knows how to do. A wolf doesn't need to. It just watches, and everything in the room already knows what that watching means. That's the choice sitting in front of you every single day. Every hallway, every comment section, every room full of people trying to drag a reaction out of you. You can be the noise, or you can be the thing that makes noise nervous. Stay water, stay still, let them wonder exactly what you're capable of. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. For more content that YouTube keeps hiding, join me on Patreon. I'll see you soon.